tonight's entertainment edition of Wildcat TV. We're starting off paying tribute to female vocalist legend Whitney Houston. Miss Houston died suddenly at the age of 48. The 2012 Grammy Awards were held the day of her death, and artists such as Stevie Wonder, Rihanna, LL Cool J, Alicia Keys, and Bruno Mars were sure to mention her in any speeches they had done. Jennifer Hudson was actually the one who paid the small tribute to her by singing Whitney's I Will Always Love You. No details have been released yet in regards to any services to be held, but we will have any news on our next edition of Wildcat TV. To catch up on some Hollywood gossip, Heidi Klum and Seal have called it quits. We're not quite sure what the exact reason for the split was, and the only thing Miss Klum has commented is, "We've grown apart." Rumors have been swirling around saying Steele's temper wasn't flying with Heidi, and she is concerned how it will affect their children. Just when you thought maybe love lasts forever, another one bites the dust. Hope you got your tickets to Ultra Music Festival early this year, folks, because the event has sold out a record 73 days in advance. And scalping tickets this year will definitely leave your pockets feeling empty. EDM fans from all over the world come to Miami for this event held during Winter Music Conference, and with this year's promising lineup, it will no doubt be one of the biggest and best years Ultra has ever seen. We'll have full coverage of the event for all 3 days this March. And last but not least, to wrap up the entertainment and fashion edition, I was able to get some interviews with some of our junior class fashion majors, such as Brittany Capasso, Ariel Hart. They had both interned this year, Ariel at Chanel and Brittany at Saks. After gaining experience in their internship, they were both able to secure jobs. Ariel's now working at Michael Kors, and Brittany is a personal assistant at Saks Fifth Avenue. She was actually asked to come back after internship, so they're doing really well with that. I also asked them what we've got trending this coming up this spring. They were able to say that the high-low skirts with chiffon or any chiffon see-through skirts were definitely trending. Rose is going to become the new nude. We're still in with the trending, the big, large gaucho flare bottom pants. And of course, always every spring, we're going to bring in the florals again. Okay, and next, getting a little rugged over here with Alicia. She's going to talk about some sports.
Okay, thanks, Amanda. Well, first I wanted to mention that there's your own Johnson Wales faculty and staff, which will be competing in the Super Spartan Race at Olita Park on this Saturday, February 25th. The team members are under the coach of Lucia Sanchez are going to be Andy Dama from Student Financial Services, Danielle Kelly from Experiential Ed, myself, Dolly Duran from Human Resources, and Kenneth Barker. Just a background here on what this Super Spartan Race is. It is an 8-mile long course incorporating mud, water, fire, barbed wire, and occasionally referenced as hell on earth, with 15 or more obstacles that test your physical and mental strength. So they will be competing. I had the opportunity to catch up with one of the Spartan warriors, Kenneth Barker, and here's what he had to say about competing. Proctor reporting live with Wildcat TV, here with Kenneth Barker, who is part of our own Johnson & Wales University Spartan Warrior team. Kenneth, thank you for joining us.
My pleasure.
A couple questions for you. In preparation of this race, it's a very strong mental and physical challenge. How are you preparing?
Oh, that's a tough question. It's both mental and physical. A lot of emotion also. Doing a lot of running, a lot of cross training, cycling, and incidentally, a couple of weeks ago I hurt my calf muscle, so I have to do more cycling than running itself. But I look forward to it, and I'm excited. I'm excited, and I think that's the biggest thing that I can say right now. I'm excited. That's my preparation, staying excited.
And you're happy to represent Johnson & Wales. I believe the Wildcat Warriors is the name of the team?
Wildcat Warriors, dear woo!
Okay, very good. And just one more question. What is the most important aspect of becoming a Spartan Warrior too? What does this accomplishment mean to you?
Actually, I think the greatest accomplishment here will be completing the race. I've played soccer in my lifetime, volleyball, football, I've played tennis, hockey, I've run track, and I think I'm looking for something a little bit different. And this will hopefully prove to be something different, obviously, and hopefully this is something that I'll be able to continue along. So for me, it is the feeling of just conquering one extra thing in my lifetime, you know, on my bucket list this year.
Very good. Well, I'll also be competing as part of the Wildcat Warrior team, and we're very excited to have Johnson Wales as our sponsor. And there it is, folks, from Kenneth Barker, Wildcat Warrior, and this is coming to you from Wildcat TV.
Jehu!
Okay, so from Wildcat TV, we obviously wish that team the best of luck. Moving on to our own physical endurance and triumph, speaking of our men's basketball team, they just wrapped up their season. One of the most memorable moments that they had was their victory 108-100 over crosstown rival Florida Memorial before a sold-out crowd at the new Wildcat Center. After a tough loss to St. Thomas University, seniors Carlos Mantilla and sophomores Craig Wan and Miles Smith and the rest of the Cats are looking to finish a strong season and make some noise in the Sun Conference tournament. Craig Wong actually won twice this season the Sun Conference Player of the Week. He was tabbed as a Sun Conference men's basketball player and leading the Wildcats a 2-1 record during the week ending February 12th. He averaged 31.7 points, 5.7 rebounds, 2.3 assists, and 1.3 steals during a 3-game stretch and was 91.7% from the free throw line. So I had the opportunity to capture some inspirational words from the men's basketball team. We got a sneak peek into the locker room where most dare not travel to. It was quite interesting, but this is what they had to say.
Let's go. Hey, let's keep doing the same things, man. Look, you see a different game, right? Hey, we slow on red. Straight up. We slow on red. 15 carving out space, he getting deep. Even when he catch it a little high, we still slow on it. We got more than enough time to rotate over and get that shit out of his hands. We got to get it out of his hands early.
Keep the effort up, man.
Yeah, that too.
Keep the effort and the heart up, man. We're playing some good-ass basketball right now. Keep on moving, man.
20 more minutes. We're not getting satisfied. We do this shit every time.
Hey, listen to what he just said right there. Don't get satisfied.
Stay hungry. I'll just the appetizer.
B, go ahead.
Yo, how many games we got left in the season? 7. We got 7 more games to go hard, so we gotta wait another 265 to do this shit. Niggas go too hard, niggas lose. Last year, we came too far to not go hard. We only got 7 games left. If everybody in here love this shit as much as they say they do, you gotta go hard every time we step on, man. Everything you got. We gotta wait another 365 to do that shit. You know what I mean? Year gonna be over before you know it. Let's go hard while we out here.
College is gonna be over before you know it.
Let's go, y'all. Yo, let's get this up. Yo, we got this W. Stay hungry. Stay hungry. 20 minutes from a conference win. At the end of this next 20 minutes, we end.
Stay hungry.
0-0 when we come out. Hey, we warming up hard just as hard as we warmed up the first hit. We warming up.
How come your time isn't on?
Okay, so on to something which I am very disappointed as a New England Patriots fan, but just to mention that the Super Bowl 46 is done and over with. Just to mention, it was the New England Patriots versus the New York Giants. They got to face off in the 70,000 seat capacity Lucas Oil Stadium in Minneapolis on Sunday, February 5th. There was a reported 111.3 million viewers that watched the battle of these two teams, with the NFL champions being the New York Giants, with a final score of 17-21. Boo! This game certainly had a number of fans on the edge of their seats, including myself. But interestingly enough, the Giants set a new record for the poorest regular season, finishing with a Super Bowl championship. My Tom Brady here, as upset as I am. It's a good reflection here. And there they are celebrating their trophy and their victory. So better luck next year for the New England Patriots and whoever they compete against. And now that completes our Johnson Wales Professional Sports segment. And now over to Krista Villanueva as she gets to interview one of our very own members of the Lambda Sigma Upsilon.
I wanted to ask you, what made you become a part of your fraternity?
Well, I was never really interested in Greek life until I came to college, and I saw all the positive impacts that Greeks had in their community and on campus as well. Part of my fraternity in particular was I was friends with some sisters of Chi Upsilon Sigma up north, and they opened my eyes to the expansion of Latin Greek life, which I had no idea about. So I met some brothers in Lambda Sigma Upsilon, and the way that they represented their fraternity, the way that they carried themselves, was really very appealing to me. So I saw the type of man that they were, and that was the influence I wanted in my life. And they also also looked after me like a little brother. They were always on me for my grades, about community service and whatnot. And they're very militant in the way they approached problems on campus. They're very proactive as opposed to other fraternities, which just spoke about issues on campus. Lambda Sigma Upsilon was a fraternity that was actually going out, having forums, having workshops, talking to administration and university to change things they didn't like.
Interesting. And can you tell me some of the opportunities it's brought to you?
My fraternity has brought to me in particular. I've had the ability to travel extensively. I've helped the fraternity in New York and Arizona, now down in Florida. I originally started in Delaware and Pennsylvania. I've also perfected much of my business skills, negotiating, interviewing as well, resume building, and just working as in a group dynamic, because even though you're fraternity brothers, you're not going to see eye to eye with a lot of issues that happen. So you learn how to work as a team and how to negotiate. They also have helped me just personally. They've given me a lot of opportunities to expand myself. They've helped me when I've come into certain personal problems in my life. They've been there as a brother to me, and they've also showed me how to do that to others and the larger scope of things.
So you think that it's definitely made you a better person?
Definitely made me a better person, made me a more well-rounded person, made me a more dynamic individual when it comes to my personal life and business as well.
Great. Do you think you could give us some examples of what distinguishes LSU from other fraternities?
Like I said earlier, a lot of other fraternities, every fraternity out there, for the most part, from what I've experienced, is a great fraternity. From what they stand for, everything that they embody is a great frat. And most fraternities, when you talk about Latin and historically black fraternities, tend to exhibit the same characteristics, brotherhood, being a role model to the community, academic excellence and whatnot. My fraternity in particular, we're the first student-founded Latino fraternity. So we were founded for students, by students. We weren't founded by administrators. Therefore, we weren't being pacified by the masses. By the administration for the masses. On top of that, we were also the first non-black fraternity to recognize our African roots, which is a very dear thing to Latinos, because the African slave trade had such a huge impact in our culture. Me being Dominican Cuban, I find that very prevalent in my family. On top of that, like I said, on campus, they tend to be very active, very proactive. They aren't about a lot of the drama that other organizations are about. They're more about Greek unity. They're more about just bettering everybody around them, as well as just bettering the community as a whole.
Perfect. So I want to thank Justin for being with us in Wildcat TV. So we're going to go ahead and go back to the studio with you guys.
So, no better way to begin this week than with this week's weather forecast. Now, due to a cancellation of last Wednesday's production, you see here last week's forecast. But for this week, looks like we're going to get some more sunshine, though it looks like we're going to drop down to the 60s again from tonight all the way to Saturday. The forecast predicts that we'll drop down to 63 tonight and go back up to 70. So between 60 to 70s at the night and between the mid-70s to 80s during this week. Tomorrow will be mostly cloudy, but as we get closer to the weekend, Saturday we'll have some active showers. So definitely swap those conferences and put bucks out for rain boots and bring an umbrella just in case. Expect temperature to be a tad chilly. We'll stay between the late 70s to the mid-80s with a few showers. And lots of expected sunshine, winds below 12 miles per hour. Yesterday was around 20, so that's good. And we'll have low humidity this week. Looks like we're going to have a good week. So tune in every Monday and Wednesday at 6 p.m. to Wildcat TV for the latest news, entertainment, sports, and campus event. Have a great day, everybody.